Hey guys, you're listening to the podcast Here's the Dill.
With just a couple of pickles, Tiffany and Andrew Dill, as in Dill Pickles. Hello guys, this is Tiffany. Welcome to episode number 9. And
What's up?
Andrew's over here
me?
crunching on gummy bears.
You can't crunch on gummy bears. They're gummy.
They're chewing on gummy bears.
They're bad for you, by the way. Don't eat those. They're bad for your teeth.
We are here today. Last week we talked about shopping deals and the upcoming Glennon card, as well as the closet design and our tips from a consumer perspective, because we are not the experts. But today we have a very special guest, our friend Jenny Elfrink of NewSpace organization.
Hello, I'm
Did
so
we say
happy
your
to
last
be
name
here.
right?
Yes, Elfrink.
Elfrink. All right.
Yep.
I'm telling you,
I know.
how many times have you met an Elfrink?
Not many. That's
Not
the
many.
first one.
Okay.
But she's a really cool Elfrink.
Oh yeah.
And watch out, she's going to be unhinged. I see some red wine over there. Wow, I'm crazy. She's got a babysitter and a glass full of red wine. Get
The
ready
best
to live.
babysitter in town, my mom.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we interviewed her mom not long ago, Gay Gordon. She's the real estate agent. So today we're going to talk about how she mastered our master bedroom closet. So she
Say that 3 times fast.
mastered our
Mastered the master bedroom. What's that?
Anyway,
Whatever. Master the master best bedroom closet.
Yes.
yeah. So, but she also did a bathroom nook for us as well. And before I even get started with interviewing her, I want to tell you that you should follow her on Instagram, because she shows all kinds of examples of the work that she's done, and the history of her work is all in all the pictures and all her stories, and they're all so incredible. They're from like bold and dramatic to plain and simple, depending on who the clients are.
You're so sweet. Thank you,
Well,
Tiff.
and if you're like me and you don't like to read stuff and find out knowledge, you can just look at pictures.
Yeah.
That's why I
Hey,
like
I'm
pictures.
right there with you.
The world loves pictures. That's why they have all these picture websites like Howl's and all this other stuff. Because people
Yeah.
just like to look at ideas. They don't want to have to read about ideas.
That's true. Yeah. So, but I also want to admit that the last episode I was a little off on my math skills. So I talked about having a $100 gift card, and I spent $60, and now I have like $35 left, or 65, whatever. Anyway.
Babe, do you think our audience, number one, is smart enough to figure out, number two, would have like a pencil and paper thinking, wait a second, she's totally off. I'm not going to listen to her anymore.
Well, anyway.
It's okay. It's all right.
100 minus 60 is 40.
This is just off the top of our head. Okay, baby?
Okay. And then I also did some more bargain shopping over the weekend. They had a 50% off at Pottery Barn Outlet. And so when I went there, I got some more baby stuff for the nursery. And I mentioned that they had extra 10% off on top of that because I mentioned their social media. So that is another great deal finding place that we love to go to. However, don't be tricked or teased or, fall into the sneaker trap. Because the Pottery Barn Outlet lists their prices, regular prices, and then they discount from that. Whereas Restoration Hardware Outlet, they discount from their outlet prices. So, but we still...
Wait. I'm sorry. You have to explain it better to me.
I did.
Okay? Because I know what you're talking about, but someone listening may not know what you're talking about.
Okay, so at
Okay.
Pottery Barn Outlet...
Giving us an example. Don't use numbers, though. Okay? Because they're probably going to be wrong. But just give everybody an example.
So, for example, we shopped for a crib there, and it was like I believe it was $5.99. But online, it was like $5.98 or something, and they, it was regular price, $5.99. So when I went to check out, I asked them why it was $5.99 and not like an outlet price. Whereas if that crib was at Restoration Hardware Outlet, it would be $5.99 regular online, but they may already discount it 20% off before you even get their extra 50 off, or they may have a 40 off sale. So then it would be on top of the sale would be on top of the outlet pricing.
You know how I'm like meat and potatoes? Can I just clean it up?
Yeah.
Okay, the way that they do their sales are a little bit different. Just make for sure you get clarification from the sales representative.
Yeah.
All right.
I
moving
did.
right along.
I did meat and potatoes earlier
You
today.
did good. You just forgot the
and
meat. You just gave me the
I
potatoes.
forgot the potatoes.
Yeah, totally.
You guys are making me
We're-
hungry. It's dinner time.
I know.
Come on.
Seriously. You know, she's telling me this whole joke, and none of us got it. And then she's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you this one thing."
Oh my gosh, I get it. It happens to me all the time.
Well, anyway, so let's bring Jenny into the conversation. I want to talk about, first of all, let's talk about how long have you been designing closet and organizing spaces?
Well, that is just a great question because I am now currently in my 5th year this year. So I just
wow.
turned into that 5-year mark, and I literally love what I do. And so, yeah, that's how long I've been doing it. And yeah.
And it shows. She really does love what she does, and she's very talented.
Oh,
So how in the world did you even get involved into this, and how did you find this niche?
So that is such a unique question because I was in the retail world for a long time before I started with NewSpace. But even before that, my master's is in counseling.
Oh,
So really, I do use those skills every single day. You know why? Because I work with people.
That need counseling and
Right.
closets.
Right.
Maybe they're still in the closet and they need some counseling.
So, anyways, I was in the retail world and loved merchandising and could literally do that all day, every day. And so I kind of realized I need to do that all day, every day. But the problem was I really wanted to build things too because I'm a very visual, hands-on. I've always loved like refinishing furniture and all sorts of stuff like that. So, you know how they say like, unfortunately, like your mom is always right?
Yeah.
You know that like
Yeah.
saying? And I was like, oh no, like
so
this is
true.
not good.
So true.
Because she actually had recommended I look into doing something like this when I was in the job hunt. And I thought, oh, well, this would be interesting. Maybe I should test it out and see. So I did, and I interviewed with all different kinds of companies and blah, blah, blah. Well, NewSpace, the company I currently work for, is where I ended up. And it was the first interview I went on.
Wow.
I know. And I interviewed, I'd say, about 6 months or so, because my job at the time knew I was looking, and they totally got it and understood, and it was kind of going into holiday season, and it was retail. So I actually, once I said yes with NewSpace, I worked at the retail store and was training part-time with NewSpace. So it was kind of awesome. I kind of got to dabble into both things as I started
Wow.
getting in. So it was kind of nice.
That is really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. But how I actually found NewSpace was that one of my colleagues, Greg, who's a fantastic designer, he did work for my dad and stepmom, and they did their closet with Greg. So once I was looking and I was telling them where my job hunt was, several years back, they're like, you've got to meet him and, see what you think. And honestly, ever since him and I met and I interviewed and realized that closet design and cabinetry design and we can talk about all the different kinds of things that we can build and design at NewSpace, I realized though that was where I needed to be.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's a great story. Wow. Yeah.
I don't know. I just want to jump in here because
Yeah.
if I have something pop in my brain and I want to
Yes.
say something, I forget it like in 2 minutes. So
Yep, we know that. Mm-hmm.
So we had
ahead.
NewSpace do our closets, and we also obviously build a house, right? And
Yep.
so the NewSpace called and said, "Hey, your closets are ready. We're ready to install them." And I said, "Great. My wife's going to be here on Thursday or Friday. Show up, install, do your magic, right?" So on Thursday, the first day that they said they were going to install, I think it took 2 days total. I called Tiff and I said, "Hey Tiff, so what's going on with the closets?" She goes, "Nothing. They're over halfway installed. Everything went smooth. No issues." And I was like, "Whoa, wait a second. Wait a second. You're telling me there's no issues? I don't believe that one bit, And I was like, there has to be an issue. Everything we do is a struggle. There has to be an issue somewhere. what did the baseboards not come off correctly? Did they tear off the drywall? What happened? She's like, nothing. And it totally blew my mind how
that is
smooth
true.
this whole process went. It just, I guess I never could imagine, because in 2 days it's totally done. Everything worked perfectly and flawlessly.
Yeah.
And it looked really good too. So
Yeah, we were very impressed. Like, because you always have trouble when you're building a house. There's like people don't show up, or or they take forever to do like certain projects. And then when we had NewSpace come, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna be here, Wednesday through Friday, and it will take 2 days to get it done, basically." So like, they drop everything off one day, and then the next day they're coming in and they're cutting away and they're installing, they clean up, and they did everything exactly the way that was supposed to be done, and we weren't used to that, so we had no idea
that it existed.
Wait, it really does take 2 days to do it? Yep, it takes 2 days.
Oh my goodness.
But don't, whenever you have closets done by Jenny and NewSpace, it all varies, I'm sure, from your closet space, your laundry space, or whatever. And that brings me to ask, what are your most popular requests that you have to design for?
Golly, what a good question. You got all of them, girl. So, I would say the bread and butter of our business is closets, but we range and can do this list that I will read off in my head. We do closets, we do pantries, we do laundry rooms, we do garages, we do home offices, we do locker spaces. I mean, we can literally do pretty much whatever you would like. We also build wood projects, so we can do entertainment centers in wood, or we can do them out of foil wrap, kind of like your kitchen doors, entertainment centers like that. I mean, the range is really, really broad with NewSpace, which is why I love working there, because you just don't really have to say no.
Yeah.
We find a way, and I get to be creative every day. So
That's awesome.
the word no doesn't come up that often.
Yeah.
It does sometimes, but that's just part of any kind, type of business.
Business. Yeah.
We also have a commercial side and a custom casework side.
I thought I recently saw a photo of a cashier desk or whatever.
Yeah, so we just installed, or I guess I just installed at a local shop here in town, and we built 2 new cash wraps for them, and that was my first time doing it, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
And it was a challenge in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it, and I think it's kind of opened my eyes up to I think I want to do this more, I don't want to just stay in people's homes all the time. There's a couple more neat venues that you'll see that I've recently done some work in, one being for the St. Louis Blues, which is so cool and so fun.
How fun.
So I got to get some photos of that, but it's kind of fun to get out in the community and kind of, be in people's businesses, and it's really kind of fun.
That is really cool.
I'm liking that a lot.
So you're out of the office a lot, then you get to, that's where you like to play.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love people. I love talking to people, meeting people, seeing friends that I haven't seen in a long time that I get to reconnect with over, helping them in their home.
Right.
So yeah, I am out and about a lot, and we go all over town. We work in Illinois and St. Louis, and just really a broad span. So I guess overall, NewSpace does a lot of different types of work, and we range in a big broad span of where we actually do the work. So it kind of works well. Yeah.
And just so you all know, I have to brag, the St. Louis Blues, of course, they won the Stanley Cup last year. So the fact that she got to do some work with them, that's pretty incredible. That's awesome.
It's pretty fun.
So what would you say, some of your favorite projects have been?
Oh my goodness. Well, yours. Hello.
Yeah. That was very fun. I really enjoyed it.
It was so fun. I did a really, really amazing project last year, and I worked with an interior designer. Her name's Maggie Jewell, and if any of you are looking for an interior designer, Maggie Jewell is fantastic, personable, and a go-getter, and you just can't help but fall in love with her. She's fantastic. And she referred a client to me out in Chesterfield here in Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah.
And we did a full home renovation. And
oh my goodness.
it ranged, I'm trying to think of how many spaces it was, but it was a lot. We did the laundry room. I did these really cool wood bookcases that we painted, and there's really cool wallpaper behind them. It's on my Instagram page.
I did see that. I do remember that.
So I really love that project. And then we did a wall bed and a library and, all sorts of closets. It was fun. And the client was so kind. And actually, she just wanted to meet my son, and she just had my son and my husband and I over a few weeks ago, and we had some drinks, and she got to meet my son, and it was really special.
Cool.
I really love when I get to work with people and then I become friends with them. That is really nice. So great.
Yeah.
So that's one or two. You're the one.
Yeah.
And then this other project. My goodness, there's so many. There's also a closet that really sticks out whenever I think of a cool closet. It's actually right around the corner from where you live.
Okay.
And literally probably not even a quarter mile from your house, which is actually funny.
That's cool.
And it's just a very cute, quaint closet. And this family, they live in a smaller home, and they were doing a big master renovation. They're like, we want an oasis. We want to have this space. We got lots of kids. And so they built a special room for their closet, and it's just a really special space. My dad loves it. And as you can tell, I bring my family up a lot because I'm a family person, but I also like getting my family involved in my work because it's really fun to show them, and they get excited, and especially if they know the client too.
Oh yeah.
It's fun to kind of hear about it. Yeah, it's so cool.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, I'd say those are some of the top ones of kind of the recent time. Yeah, for sure.
Well, and I love that you can work with different personalities too. And so that's what I love about design is the fact that you can be plain Jane or you can be bold and dramatic. And I love the fact that, you probably don't even have the same project twice.
No.
It's all that's what's so cool about your job is the fact that everything is so different.
It's custom. It's custom work.
So custom.
Yeah.
And I love the different things you do, like the wallpaper behind the bookshelves. And, when you get interior designers involved, that makes it even more dramatic and really cool, tying in all the pieces together. So that's really cool. Yeah. So you definitely have to check out her Instagram, though. All the things that we're talking about here, there are pictures on her Instagram account where you can see, some of the bold and dramatic and some of the simple designs and the wallpaper designs. And I think I remember a laundry room too that was really cool. It's real dark blue with the tile, or it might have been wallpaper.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
That's a really fun laundry room. It was huge. It was actually 3 rooms.
Oh my goodness.
And yeah, it's just a unique space, and it's just so fun. And actually, the doors in there are acrylic doors.
Yes,
so
that's what
it's
it was.
Really unique. And you guys should all check it out. It's really fun.
And that's some of the things that we saw when we went into the showroom was some of the acrylic doors and stuff like that you showed us on all these different things to do. And we were one of those that was just plain and simple, but there were so many different ways you can make our closet look really dramatic. So that's really cool.
Your closet is far from plain and simple, let me tell you. They have some of the best, coolest features in their closet.
Yeah, we were quite picky though. Andrew was, I'd
not
say.
At all. Oh my gosh, we had fun. What's so cool about Tiffany and Andrew, for all of you that listen, is if you don't get the feel of their relationship through this, once you meet them, you will, and you can't help but fall in love with them. They're just the sweetest people, and we had so much fun going over their design and creating it and tweaking it and making it just right for them. And I think what's really unique about your closet is that you built wardrobe cabinets with not really doors on them. If you ever wanted to, you can add them.
Yeah.
But you have the cabinetry deep enough where all your clothing's captured within the cabinetry. And people love that. And not everyone can get that because they don't have the space for it.
That's true.
But you guys were lucky, and, you got to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's neat. Kind of going back to what you had mentioned earlier is, we're in a lot of different places and a lot of different spaces and that kind of thing. But there's really no too big or too small for what we do. So I really like to tell people that. I've gotten feedback, and I'm being very honest, oh, it seems like what you do can get really expensive because you're posting photos of this and this and this. And I'm like, oh no, we can just do simple, basic, easy, white, easy hanging closets with shelving and get you organized. I mean, that's the goal here. It's not always got to be this, crazy, beautiful, out of this world space. Yeah. So
and that's why your Instagram is Design Your Happy Space.
Exactly.
Because you want your space happy. You want to be able to access it easily. You want to be able to see everything, because what's the thing that they always say? You only wear 20% of what you have in your closet because you don't really see it. And that's where we got stuck. We were just like, had everything in boxes, and I was still using college boxes and drawers before Jenny came along. And I basically wore the same thing almost every week. And it was a mess. And it got, like, we had it neat and organized with, like, containers and stuff like that. But then, and I even had rollaway carts and stuff like that for the hanging clothes. But then when Jenny came, now I can all of a sudden see everything. And Adrian and I think when we interviewed with you guys for your little article, we had talked about how it was kind of funny because we went out on a date night and we're like, oh, where'd you get that? Oh, well, we've had that for like 5 years. We just never could find it.
That's awesome.
So now that we have a closet, we can wear so much more stuff that we have. So that was a really cool thing that happened with us when we got our new closet. But speaking of small spaces, she also did our little bathroom nook.
Oh my gosh, that cute little nook.
That was really
goodness.
Cool. And that really, I think people may not understand sometimes that when you get organized, it makes your life, it changes your life. Like,
totally.
We felt, once we got the closet, we were so happy, and not that it makes your relationship happy and it makes things better, but it's just the fact that you can find everything and it makes it less stressful. And so even our bathroom nook, we put all of our medicines in there, and like we have a door on it, and
it saves you time, which ultimately makes you happy because you're not rushing out the door.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what I always think about. I mean, I hate rushing, from one thing to another. And sometimes I am doing that with clients. I'm rushing from one part of town to the other. Yeah. But just getting ready in the morning, starting your day off on the right foot, just changes your whole perspective. Yeah. And so I totally get that. And even like while your little nook is little, it makes a big difference.
Oh, it made a huge difference.
And I do have photos of that on my Instagram page, but it's a little tricky to photograph because there's a doorway, and but trust us when we say it's mighty. It's small but mighty.
That's true. Yeah, that's it. That's where we store like our toilet paper, our medicines, anything that we can't put in our bathroom, we put in there. And it's in our toilet room anyway, so it makes it easier to get the toilet paper out whenever, we run out of toilet paper. Oh, it's right there. You can just like reach it right in front of you. But yeah, it makes it awesome to access all of that. But yeah. And then we had mentioned last week the Cardinal Linen Card Week coming up. Yeah. And that was a big deal for us. That was the deal breaker on how we had gotten like 4 different quotes from like 4 different companies. And we knew that we could trust you guys. And once we got the quote and then we realized that the Cardinal Linen Card was applicable, it made such a huge difference. So with the Cardinal Linen Card coming up this week, which is the 18th.
Yes.
Are you super busy?
You know what? It's been a gradual busy so far. I think the words, getting out to NewSpace clients, and a lot of what's happening is people that used it last year because it was our first time are now like, oh my gosh, those other closets I wanted to do. Can I do them now? Oh my gosh. And so amazing. It's kind of nice because those people are ahead of the game and they know what to expect. They know the process. Yep. They know they're going to be saving quite a bit of money. I mean, even for you guys save like thousands of dollars. Yeah. Like
and that's
thousands.
What we mentioned.
So it's kind of amazing.
It's a big deal. I know my next project, I keep saying this, but I want to do an office. And that is definitely on my agenda, maybe for next year's Linen Card Week. But yeah.
Sure. Ooh, I like it. I like the sound
I will
of
definitely be back. So, but yeah, so that's good. But yeah, be sure to reach out to Jenny at NewSpace, especially before this Cardinal Linen Card comes up.
Yeah, honestly, the sooner the better, because then we can meet, get a plan together, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
Yeah.
So,
And then so if they come to see you like the 18th, the first day of the Glennon Card Week, so when they come to see you, how much longer do they have to lock in that 20% off?
so the good thing is, one, we're actually doing a fun event on the 16th. So anyone
yes.
we're actually starting it a little bit earlier because we knew that we needed to do something fun, and there's actually door prizes.
Ooh.
So, I mean, who doesn't love a door prize? I'm a sucker for those things.
Yes.
I mean, literally love them.
Yeah.
So,
Free is always good.
totally.
I'm back, by the way.
Wait.
Hey,
Here's
here I
Andrew.
Okay, here we go. Let me just tell you, when Mama calls, you must answer. All right? I don't care if it's in the middle of whatever, you got to answer the phone.
Well,
so that's what happened.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
Pretty soon, Tiffany's going to be knowing that when this baby comes out.
We got a baby.
But anyway, so our event is on Thursday from 11 to 1. It's at NewSpace. Door prizes, some sandwiches from Companion, which is a local bakery in town, which is amazing.
Ooh, yeah.
And also, I would say if you want to get your project started, the really good question, Tiffany, because it doesn't mean that I can be running all these homes at the same time, but if I can get you a ballpark price and we lock in the pricing during that time, it has to be during that time.
Yes.
It's not really driven by NewSpace, it's really driven by Glennon, which is what we're, really all about at this time.
Right.
This is a legit sale.
It is
This is not like, let me
Teaser.
pretend.
Yeah. There's like print on it.
Right,
like we
exactly.
can't like mess around.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the
Okay.
point is no one needs to stress. With any project they do with me, I don't want any stress involved, but especially with this, because people think, oh, I have those 10 with us now, 12 days.
Yeah.
There's no reason to stress. We just get a pricing, agreement kind of together. And then from there, we can still design from that. And then we'll install, obviously, several weeks, maybe even a couple months later.
Okay.
So it's the sale, it's locking the pricing with the discount, and then we move on, and it's all good.
And that's true. I remember we did that last year with you. We locked in the pricing, and then we couldn't even get in until like January, which we weren't in a big hurry. So once we got started in January, it was done in like a couple of days, which was amazing.
Right.
But yeah.
And
That's
now
really cool.
Everybody's jelly of our closet.
Well, and it's interesting because we're talking about how yours installed in 2 days, and if you guys go on and look at Tiffany and Andrew's closet, it's a big closet and it's got lots of parts, but we build and cut the parts at NewSpace, so your house isn't full of mess and dust.
Yeah.
And even if they do have to scribe or cut things down because we want it to fit as snug and as tight as possible,
Correct.
our guys are going to clean it up. And they don't leave a mess for you afterwards.
They did. I will tell you, they cleaned it up because I was surprised to find that. I remember when we designed it and everything, and then when they showed up, I was like, oh no, the baseboards. And they were like, oh no, we cut those up. We can trim them. We'll cut them. They did a fantastic job.
We had a vent that they rerouted.
Yeah, and we did. And I was like, oh no, what do you do with the vent? And they were like, oh, don't worry. We got this taken care of. So,
almost like they'd done it before. It's really odd. Really, I was totally confused. The building process of our house, this was the easiest process. Would you not say?
was. It was fantastic.
Everything was a struggle except for the closet.
pretty much.
Really,
Yeah.
it's true.
But yeah, I'm glad you explained that because that's what I was going to ask is like what the process was like. But yeah, she gave us a tour of the factory in the back where they cut everything up, and that was really nice to see because it puts everything in perspective, and they custom make things too. Mm-hmm. So like if you needed a custom door, they even make custom doors, right?
We could do that. We could do we've done a lot of like custom dining room tables, custom, just some sort of armoire or freestanding piece.
Wow.
And you can make them out of solid wood, which is what I like because I'm all about quality, right?
Yes.
And so they can make them out of solid wood and make them look really nice. And it's all, like you say, custom, super custom.
We could do any color, any paint, any stain, distress it, don't distress it, whatever you want to do. We can talk through those options and really make it happen. Our seeing any wood projects as they go through the production side of things is really cool because they're all different. They're all unique.
Like a CNC machine with it?
We do have a CNC machine, yeah. So our process from start to finish with clients is a lot of people seeing your project before it's even in your house.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That is
so
crazy.
it goes from me to an engineer to a production team to the actual guys cutting, building, all that, and then the installers. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a lot of people.
That's cool.
That is really cool. Yeah. So you've explained the process and all of that. So what are some of your recommendations or tips for consumers, such as when should they seek you out? So like some of the tips we gave as a consumer from our perspective was to seek it out before you even finalize your architect plan. But for some people, that's not the case. They're remodeling their house. So what would you say for like the new construction people versus the remodeling people?
Oh, what I'm going to say to that is typically what we see is a space and then we build in that.
Right,
So
yeah.
a lot of people will already have that figured out, and then we use the space the best that we can to maximize it.
Okay.
So I know that may not answer the question exactly how you were wanting it, but there are times where, we'll meet with clients and we'll ask what they want in the space.
Yeah.
And then we can kind of tell them, if we lay it out this way, that's about how big you need to make the room.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, that
You have
makes
to
perfect
conform a lot
Yeah.
of times to what they have already.
Exactly.
But
That's
it
the
would be
majority
nice
of what we
if
do.
you, if you had some say so and how that was.
Absolutely.
Well, and that's what I was saying. Like, I know it's a lot different for people that are doing new construction or that hasn't been through, the architect designs. Or maybe they have the floor plans and then they haven't finalized the plans. And then once they get their closet design, they can make sure everything fits before they finalize it.
Sure.
But I feel like, do you feel like you do a lot more remodeling projects or like people that are already in their home?
More people in their homes of late, but there was definitely a phase. It was just straight new homes, new construction. Yeah.
Okay.
It's, every day is different.
Yeah.
Every day, every month, things come in waves with
Yeah.
us, is what I've found personally. Right now, it's more working in existing homes and remodeling. People are really big into remodeling right now.
Yeah.
And people are also seeing the benefits of organization.
Right. Yeah.
Garages, you guys. I can't even begin to tell you.
Please don't look at my garage. It is a hot mess right now.
It's
Our basement
incredible.
is too.
It's absolutely incredible how many garages I have probably done this year, whether they're big or small, or we're gonna start a phase of it and then continue on.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I really like doing it that way because people don't feel like they have to just have all the answers. You know,
Right, yeah.
just
It's
make
all
it
about
what you want.
storage, right? The only way to make your house look clean is to store all your crap.
Yeah, you don't like clutter, so.
Don't like clutter.
But now that we're having a baby, we're going to have to deal with the clutter.
Only in certain areas of the house.
You'll
Maybe.
keep it contained.
Yeah.
You'll keep it contained.
We'll keep it
You
You
organized.
get really creative. See,
Yeah.
I live in a smaller home, and because of what I do, I get exposed to a lot of different things and
know.
ways of
That's what I love
organizing.
about it. I know.
So I wish I was
You have
better
to be
about
more
sharing
creative.
all my stuff. I do. I really do. In fact, I had a pantry going at my own house today, and we've lived in the
Yeah.
house over 2 years, and I think my husband and I were like running around like crazy people this afternoon once it was
Yeah.
in. We were so excited. We get
Oh,
our,
wow.
our small kitchen
It's
back.
like you want to
Yeah.
hurry up and get it started. and
Oh
organized.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That's amazing.
It is nice.
Well,
it makes you a
cool.
happier person.
Well,
It
that's
really
what I
does.
said
Just a larger
earlier, yeah.
kitchen, a large
He
place
was
to
talking
put
to
your
his
stuff.
mom though.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It just
I
it,
know.
it really does. The problem is obviously there's an expense to it,
Right.
and I'm going to put you on the spot.
Sure.
When you compare your closets to other competing closet companies, would you say, comparable, like on the lower end, middle end, upper
We
tier?
are competitive with all the companies in the market, honestly.
Okay.
I would say so too because we got so many quotes and I feel like theirs was
We got some
the
quotes that are
best.
crazy.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it just depends on the sales that are being run at different companies. And because in saying that, we offer a low price guarantee. So if someone wants to work with me or NewSpace, and they're like, I like your material more because ours really does have those extra finishes that you wouldn't know until you go see the showroom.
Yep. And that's what we found out too once we got in there.
Right. The rounded over shelves, the thicker banding, you don't get charged more for that. That's just something that we do because we see the benefit of it. So that's kind of the answer to the question, but we, we are always making sure that we know what's
and
going
that's
on.
so true because Jenny took care of us when we said, we don't want to spend X amount of dollars because we feel like, it's something that people don't always see, but yet we want to be able to enjoy it and be able to find things. So she was very good about working with our pricing. And then, but yeah, and then the quality of the materials I think are fantastic, even compared to other places that we looked at. And the expertise that Jenny brings is the fact that, one company we were going to do like really long shoe shelf. Even though it was thicker, we thought it was like thicker, better quality shelving, but it is not. So you have to be careful with like when you're doing some storage and stuff, because she had mentioned like if you have a really long shelf with no support, then it's going to bow, which makes perfect sense. But we thought, it's thicker, it's not going to bow. But she steered us away from that, and she made our shoe shelf a lot more sturdier.
And you know what, Andrew, I have to say, he's got an eye. Let me tell you, this guy's a hawk when he walks in a showroom. It's like his showroom.
Yes.
It's not NewSpaces anymore. It's Andrew's showroom.
Andrew's face.
Yes.
But we added face frame on just that back wall.
Yeah.
And
That's what it was.
oh man,
It
isn't
really did
that
make
just
a
a game
difference.
changer?
Yeah.
And we
Yeah,
did
I
split it
forgot
into
about
3
that.
sections. So
Yeah.
you guys had thought maybe 2. We did it in 3, and honestly, I think it makes a bigger
looks
statement.
good.
you know?
It
No doubt
does.
about it.
I forgot about that. That was a good call on your end.
If
But, yeah.
Andrew walks into your showroom, just know he's going to notice the details, and that's why I loved the guy when I met him.
I dive into
I
microculture,
dive for those
and
details.
I will go in and research the hell out of it.
I love
And
it.
it could be the dumbest stuff ever, but I'm researching it.
Well, he
Don't
got
care.
offered a job. He had a job offer in dental school to work at a car lot. It was actually quite funny.
I knew more about the car than the car guy, but
And he's still like that. But anyway.
Oh, man.
So
should we-
how could we
ahead.
how could we reach you whenever we need to get something done?
Wait. Before this, if you're
Oh.
tired of Closet Mate melamine thin crap that you get at Lowe's, and you say, you know what, I'm over it. I don't want stuff to bang, the drawers to bang and to fall off the walls.
Yep.
How do we get a hold of you?
Okay, so
That's a good way to ask.
The best way I would say is to email me at Jenny, JENNYE at newspace.com. I'm constantly on my email, honestly, all day, every day, because I'm drawing at my desk. So I'm in front of my my email a lot. But you can also call me 314-423-3200, extension 264.
And if we want to look at cool pictures of projects that you've done, where do we go?
Either go to my Facebook page.
Oh, yes.
Jenny Elfrink. And I don't post as much there as I do on Instagram, just so you guys know. Or go to my Instagram page at Design Your Happy Space.
And that's
And we-
Elfrink with an E. ELFRANK.
No,
I-N-K.
INK.
It's ELFRINK.
And we will have all of this stuff in the description of our podcast, so we'll have all of the links to the resources and stuff like that. But yeah.
Sounds great.
at
Thank
you.
you guys
I didn't
so
know you.
much. This was so much fun. You know,
Yeah, thank you.
I feel like the roles are reversed right now. My husband's getting ready to go live on air, and I feel like I won up to him
He's gonna be
tonight.
on
What
XM.
do you guys think?
Yeah, that's right.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
You did a good job.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right.
I think
well,
she did a great job.
thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks
Yeah.
for inviting me.
All right, our
I just
next
love working with you
episode-
guys.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys, and be sure to check out the Cardinal Glennon Card Week and check out NewSpace if you're ready for organization.
We're going to do Black Friday episode. Get ready to live.
That's in the month, or no, a little over a month, but yeah.
Peace.
Peace out.